What's going on, Vlog Gang? What's up with y'all, man? So today, we got a quick video we finna get in, man. We finna go see one of the homies that just moved in Indiana. So, we just gonna see how you doing, man. And we gonna have a little mukbang for y'all. I might make this a new segment. I might not. Just depend on how y'all feel about it. Let me know in the comments how y'all feeling about this once when I'm done with it. It's a whole experiment. I can change some stuff, all type of stuff. But this is definitely going to be an experiment. And yeah, we just gonna see what's up with bro, man. So let's get into it, and I'll see y'all when we get there. Peace. What's going on, Fly Gang? Y'all see who the special guest is, man. My brother Steph.
Just a guy who presses buttons.
Nah, he's more than that. He's more than that, man. So, if y'all rocked with me from a long time ago, y'all know me and Steph had a podcast. I did a podcast episode with Steph. I actually did 2 of them, but one of them I didn't drop because of it was something wrong with the
I forgot we did 2.
It was something wrong with the audio, wasn't it?
Bro,
I think it was the audio.
You said 2. I was like, we did 2?
Yeah, because that was the very first time.
Oh, now I remember. Yeah. Because we did the episode, and that's when we started talking about, yo, we should do this at least once every month.
Yeah.
And we never did.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff came into play, so I just stopped doing it. But if y'all heard the one that we actually released, y'all know what Steph was doing, what Steph goals was, and we are what, 2 years later?
About a year and a half.
A year and a half.
I would say a year and a half from when we did that. I don't remember exactly like when we did it last year, but it was still cold out.
For sure. But shoot, now we here to figure out what Steph is on. Now.
First off, we could first say how it's changed, because when we first did it, it was over. What did we do it over? Skype?
Oh, Skype.
We first did it over Skype.
Yeah.
And obviously now y'all can see that there's a very big change in the fact that we're now doing it in person, sitting next to each other.
Facts.
So that's the first big difference. We not over a computer, over a phone doing it.
And no, I did not go to Philly yet. I need to slide out there and give me a Philly cheesesteak, something slight, nothing too major.
Yeah, you do. But you gotta tell me when you go in there so I can go.
Hey, I heard there's some trash spots there though.
Foods like cheesecake?
Yeah.
Cheesesteak? Ah, well, yeah. It's just like what we just got done saying about Little Caesars and pizza, bro. Yeah. It's like
Facts.
It's a lot of commercial spots out there, touristic spots. It's like cool if you don't know no better, you don't know how to speak the language, and you know what I'm saying. Like then you probably would direct people to like those spots.
Fuck around and go to the wrong spot.
But you gotta go to like where we just came from, Fat Dan's, like a mom and pop spot. Get you a real cheesesteak.
Get you right.
No cheese, no cheese whiz on a cheesesteak. You get provolone. Provolone.
We gonna get provolone on the cheesesteak, man.
Get you some provolone. Hey. You gotta get a cheesesteak. It comes with salt, pepper, ketchup, fried onions, and mayo.
The only cheesesteak I done had is Subway cheesesteak. And I get mine with American cheese or shredded cheddar.
I mean, you can do American cheese. I'm just saying, just don't get cheese whiz. Get any cheese you want, as long as it's like actual cheese.
Okay.
Get real cheese that, not that shit that comes in a can.
He said not the cracker cheese.
Yeah, no.
The cheese and crackers. So, we finna figure out what my boy Steph got going on these, year and some change later? I was finna say an hour and some change later. But yeah, a year and some change later, man. What has Steph been on, man? What?
I mean, I guess you could say the first major difference is, like you said, you're not in Philly, which means that I'm the one that's in Indiana.
Indy animal now. He's an Indy animal.
I'm an Indy animal, as you know, Deshaun likes to say. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That is definitely.
But I moved to Indiana, specifically to Indianapolis, because anybody who knows me, I have been obviously very persistent in my pursuit with working with lids. Everybody knows that I was very much like one of their top influencer ambassadors for like a year now, a year and a half maybe. And you know, it through creating that relationship with Christian, who works there in the social team, and being able to work on like projects with hat collections or special grand opening events, or you know, any event in general, like NBA All-Star Weekend, was able to create and foster more relationships with the people that mattered in the department, like the leadership, and job opportunity open. And it was basically like that was the layup for me. Like Christian laid that up for me, and all they had to do was interview one person. And it was me. I found out June 4th that I got the job, or they was offering me the job. And 23 days later, I moved to Indianapolis. So I've been here a month. What is it now? August 3rd? August 3rd. Yeah, so yeah. I've been here a month and 6 days so far. Working for lids, living in Indianapolis, living with Christian. Obviously, I've seen you now 2 times since I've been here.
Yeah, I told him I was gonna pull up, man, so we not lonely out here, man. How I feel to be an Indy animal?
I can't really give an opinion on what it's like to be one, because like even like the people like my homies that I've talked with at home, or like anybody in general who knows that I moved here, that I know through social media and like, you know, primarily through Instagram, that they have asked me like, oh, how's Indianapolis been? How's the move been? How's it all going? And I tell people the same thing. It's like, it's been cool because, you know, it's a complete life shift. Like I come from Philly. Specifically, I lived in South Jersey, which is still only 20-25 minutes from Philly. But like the living here and where I'm at in Indianapolis, it's very similar to like the atmosphere that I lived in South Jersey. Outside of the city, right outside the city, it's calm, it's clean, you know, very well upkept area and all that kind of stuff. Like the neighborhood for sure is like where you would want to like raise a family and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But when it comes to like comparing Philly, the city, to Indianapolis, the city, it's night and day. Because Philly is substantially bigger.
Probably more expensive, too.
More expensive.
For sure.
Probably a little bit more unsafe and violent. I mean, it's true. Philadelphia is always known. When you look at the record book, at the end of the year, Philadelphia always has top 10. Least one shooting per day.
Ain't they like top 10?
We're one of the top 10 most dangerous cities. But it's just like, I mean, aside from that, like, I'm not going to say that maybe Indianapolis isn't an unsafe city, but like compared to my hometown city, it's relatively quieter, a lot cleaner. It's a lot slower, you know. Yeah. And I say slower in a sense, like I have been downtown and it almost feels like you could walk from one end of downtown to the other in like 20 minutes. In 25 minutes.
My hometown.
I tell people is like, I'm sure there's stuff to do, places to see, or like people to go hang out with. It's just that I haven't had an opportunity to like go out and meet people outside of work and all that kind of stuff to tell me like, oh, like there's this event going on this Friday night and we're going here on this Saturday, and you know there's this thing going on a Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? So I haven't had an opportunity to go out and just generically meet people and like make friends outside of Christian, of course, or like, not to say my coworkers aren't my friends, but they're my coworkers first, so they're not like the first people that I probably like jump to be like, yo, like what y'all doing?
Yeah,
I don't. I already spend so much time with you. I don't want to see you any more than I have to. And it's no disrespect to them, but it's just more so like you need to have a friend group or a life outside of like the people that you work with, because then it's just, you know, you spend time with people you at work with, and naturally you're probably going to talk about work all the time. So it's like, I'm good. I already have Christian for that. So I can't tell you what it's like to be an Indy animal yet. Okay. I will say that at least from what I have been able to experience, it's a very nice city. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about the city. I haven't stumbled across like a little section of the city be like, part is a little shady, a little suspect. Like,
if you look for it, you'll find it.
I'm not gonna look for it. That's the thing. I'm not gonna look for it. Don't look for it. Then you but I mean, it's a calm city. Like, I have nothing to complain about. Like, if I were to say, do I have a preference? I'd be like, oh yeah, like I'm back home every day, twice on Sunday. Like, if I could have Philly's ambiance here, I would. Because like, at least at home, right? For example, if I would get done work 3, 4, 5, whatever, like obviously I knew my one of my best friends, Chris, lived 2 minutes away from me, so I always knew I could hit him up and be like, yo, you trying to go shoot? We already knew like our spots to go to, like our go-to spot to go, everybody to meet at, which was like I guess you give them the sauce. It's called Beer Pedlers. Nah, he's gonna give y'all the sauce. It's called Beer Pedlers, and it's like it's like a liquor. It's not a liquor store. It's more like a beer shop store. But right behind the counter, they sell margarita slushies. So it's like we will always link up right there. That's where if you don't know where we're at, obviously you all have our locations. But if you don't know, we're probably gonna meet here first. That we call it HQ. That's what it was called, HQ. Headquarters. And then from there is like, well, we've already been around the city so many times, so it's like picking places where to go shoot, just to go roam around and just hang out. So it's like obviously I don't have a friend group like that here just yet, at least. You know, hopefully I'll have a friend group like that at some point in time where it's like I can hit them up after work, be like, yo, I just got out of work, what y'all up to, where y'all at? You know, it's hard to find friends like the friends I had, because my friends were all in the sneakers, all in the fashion, all in the fitted hats. Most of us for a career are photographers, you know, or whereas like Chris, like he took that on and learned the craft himself because I taught him how. So he is a photographer too, but he doesn't do it for a living like say myself, my boy Rome, my boy Lewis, and all that kind of stuff. But it's hard to find friends who have that particular mix. Yeah, it's hard. Like you could find I'm pretty sure I could find photographers here all day if I were to search them up. Yeah. But are they gonna be a sneakerhead? Yeah. Are they gonna be somebody who's into fashion? Somebody who's like into hats? Or maybe like, am I simply just gonna find a photographer who's just into fashion? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and has like some of my similar background. Yeah. You know, like, or am I gonna find like a sneakerhead? Even if I'm not a photographer, like if I could find more sneakerheads or more fashion heads and all that kind of stuff, it would be fire. Because it's like, okay, you may not be a content creator, or you may not be a photographer or a videographer like I am, but we got some similar tastes that I could work with. And you know, I just don't have that here yet. And I don't have like my spot out here be like, oh, like, yo, I'm gonna go to the same spot, y'all know where to find me, type of thing. And like, obviously I haven't even roamed the city to like know, okay, like this is the street that got some pretty decent like photogenic areas or photographical areas. So I've never like even just simply gone out into the city and just explored, which is something that I tell myself I'm gonna do. So like maybe now that I'm here by myself with Christian, like without Christian, I'll like venture out like and go after work instead of coming straight back here. You know, I get done work at 5 and be like, yo, I'm gonna go to the city, take my tripod with me, shoot my own outfit, because clearly like I'm gonna have to do stuff like that on my own. But I think it's all in due time. It's like I've only been here a week, a month, and like a few days, so I can't expect to just get it all at once in such a short amount of time.
Facts. So, tell them what you're doing now. Actually, let me
take a picture.
Let me fill the people in on how we got to this point. So, a few years back, Steph started. You said you reached out to Lids, right?
Yeah.
When it first started.
2 years. I reached out to them about 2 years ago, like 2.5 years ago, because I didn't start wearing fitteds until like March 2022.
Okay.
So it's when I bought like my first, like when I say like I
That's
bought
my
first fitteds that like was my introduction to being a part or wanting to wear hats, because I never wanted to wear hats like fitteds. Like if I wore a hat, it was a dad hat.
Same.
And even wearing a dad hat was like, I still only own like maybe 2 or 3.
Okay.
So it's like I wasn't deep into hats regardless of the fact. So it's like for me to go just deep dive into fitteds the way I did was very, very odd of me. Okay. So I got into it with my boy Chris, and like I think I said back when we did our initial interview or our first one, you know, I view everything with a particular eye. I view things with like a particular perspective. I'm always paying attention to how brands present themselves on, you know, Instagram, on their website, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Facebook, whatever it is that you use to market yourself. So I noticed in the hat game, it was really like Hat Club. I always knew was like they clearly took their stuff serious. And they obviously had like very good studio work behind everything they did. They had pretty decent lifestyle work. I think they've gotten better over time. But it was just them, and then like Liz was there, and then you obviously have all these little mom and pop shops, like all mom and pop shops who, you know, they make do with whatever photos or videos that they can create themselves, or like any local that just is a casual shopper who wants to get into creating content can make for them and provide for them. So it's like I said, then I saw an opportunity for me to come into the community and not just buy, wear, and collect hats. I saw like, yo, I think I can make a difference in this community, and being, whether it was simply an ambassador, an influencer, or a hat collector, like I don't just take the hats, pictures of the hats, and buy them and be like, boom, 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 and that's it.
Yeah.
I saw more of like, we love all these hats because, oh, they have hooks, they have stories, like it means something to the designer, or it's like some stuff is based off of cars, some stuff is based off of holidays, some stuff is based off of movies, books, whatever it is. But like, show the people how you put something like that together. Like this is South Beach, right? Yeah, like, well, show people how you would style a South Beach hat. Take your South Beach LeBrons and put these on and style an outfit with your South Beach LeBrons. Or like, you know, like pink, cool. There's colors that maybe we probably wouldn't wear on a big occasion, but yo, like, venture out. Show how you get dressed. So I saw like I can show how I buy these hats and how I style them. I started getting into doing like unboxings and previewing hats that already dropped, but you know, so it's like that's how I got started, you know. And then like I had certain stores that be like, yo, like I got a drop coming, like you mind if I send you 3 hats, do like an unboxing so that you could preview the hats for me. And I started doing that with like 606. I started doing that with Berdines. You know, Prociety asked me to do it at one point earlier this year. So that's how I saw that I could make a difference in the community, was like somebody who doesn't just buy, collect, and wear the hats. Like I create content around them, you know, something professional.
Okay, so with that being said, Steph told me a long time ago that he was going to, it wasn't a I'm shooting for the stars. He told me I'm going to work for Lids one day.
I did.
And honestly, I think the story might be one of the coolest stories I ever like actually got to witness like in person. because I actually got to see everything that happened, and now he officially works for Lids. I seen it from when he told me he was gonna do it, all the way to when he changed his Instagram bio and actually did it. And now
that was a good day.
He in the same city. So I feel like that was for me, it was a blessing and an inspiration. And with this video, I would like Steph to tell his side of the story, inform y'all how, you know, what kept him motivated and how he got to this, you know, this point in life.
What kept me motivated? I mean, no lie. What kept me motivated? I guess it's, you know, always that idea of like, sometimes you like can't let things go, or you can't let people go because of how much time is invested into what you're doing. And I think like growing up as like little kid, like, you know, you start dating and like you get into a very long relationship, and you know, now that relationship is in a rocky place, so you don't know if you should continue fighting for it or you should step away. And most people be like, oh, they want to continue fighting for it because of the amount of time that they invested into that person. Like, in that time, it can be a physical investment, an emotional investment, a mental investment, a financial investment. So it's like the same thing. Like, I invested so much time into wanting to achieve that goal of like, I'm going to work for Lids. And if it isn't for Lids, it's going to be for somebody. But Lids was always
number one.
The number one. Like, I want it to be them because I've been loyal, not as just a customer, but as an ambassador, as a contracted worker, as a friend of the company. So partially it was that, like, the amount of time invested, but also I have a great friend group. And like I said, most of my friends are all professional photographers, and they have all worked in the industry at one point in time. Some of them are now venturing off into their own entrepreneurial ventures and endeavors. Some of them are still maybe trying to get back into the actual industry and find some more consistent work. So seeing my friends do all of the work that they do, we share it with each other damn near every day or whenever we get a project done. So seeing their work just go through the feed, and we're like supporting it, we're resharing it, we're commenting on it, we're critiquing it, and like, yo, you could have done this, or you should do this, or you should go back and switch it to this. So seeing their work always kept me very motivated, because this is my tribe. You know, I see them always get into it, always busy. You know, it's their time, and that's always the battle, or like the task that God is going to put in front of you, is how are you going to react when all the people around you are getting everything that you also want? Are you going to be supportive, and are you not going to be envious, or are you going to be annoyed? Are you going to be envious? Are you going to be jealous? Are you going to be petty? Are you going to be upset? And you're not going to be what a real friend should be, which is like, we always say, as long as my homies is winning, it don't matter when it happens, because I know my time is coming. Like, you gotta want to see your homies win, and you gotta want to see them potentially be better than you, because if you're not wanting them to be better, then you're not going to get better either, because that's how I look at it. I tell Chris all the time, we always jokingly say he always jokingly says, like, I'm just trying to be like you. And I tell him, I said, no, like, I want you to be better than me. I know I'm great, and I know that I'm a great, like, benchmark to aim for, but I said, whatever better than me looks like, that's what I want you to be. Because as the person who taught him, I'm handing him information, and I'm handing him knowledge for 2 years now. Whenever I learn something new, if I could give it to him and it's applicable to him and it's useful to him, I want him to know it as well. And I want him to know that information sooner than how long it took me to learn it. Mm-hmm. Because that's what you should be doing. If you get knowledge, share it. Because it's also, like, why not make the path easier for other people? And I always say, like, I'm gonna make the path easier for people that I care about. Like, if you've shown me a reason why I should invest time into teaching you, into where I should invest my resources and the people that I know for them to also be your resources, you know, I'm gonna give it to you freely. If you're not somebody that I care about and I don't know you and I don't know the work that you put behind earning what it is that you say you want, I'm not gonna give you my resources and my knowledge as freely, because one, like, why should I? Yeah. I worked hard to get them. Yeah. It's, you know, you could call it gatekeeping all you want, but no, like, I'm sacred for the stuff that I earned. Why should I just give it so freely? If you give me a good reason and you prove it to me, by all means, I'll give you the easy way. But that's what kept me motivated, was the time invested and my homies. Because especially without them, like, if you don't have a great moral support day in and day out that just keeps you laughing, keeps you smiling, keeps you young, keeps you upbeat, keeps you on your toes, you know, it's gonna get boring, and it's gonna feel too repetitive, and it's wash, rinse, and repeat, which is what it is. Damn near daily life is wash, rinse, and repeat. We wake up and do the same things every day, but do you enjoy what you wake up and do every single day? Like, I love knowing I wake up and I go take photos and I edit them, and I take video and I edit them, and I gotta visit a store and figure out how to create a reel, or looking at a campaign and figuring out how we're gonna execute this campaign. Like, I'm gonna do that all the time now, but I find pure enjoyment in it, because it's what I love to do. Like, I love headwear, I love sports, I love the people that I work with. I love knowing that the work I'm gonna create is like, I'm gonna be able to walk into a mall, look in the window of Lids, and that banner, that banner photo is something that I took. And it's not just in this one local, it's in, I could go back to Philly, the same banner is gonna be there, and that's the photo I took. I could go to Miami, same banner. I could go to Kansas City, same banner. I could go to LA, San Fran, Dallas, Houston. It's like, my work is gonna be shown everywhere.
That's what's up. So I think I told you this before. When at our Lids, we don't get too many like fitteds and stuff like that.
Not recently, because we have not been dropping fitteds, bro.
See, yeah,
but that's changing slipping this month.
I was about to say, y'all slipping, man. So
we are. I'll say it, we are.
At our Lids, it was a poster, and this poster was up there for a while.
The one with the Kansas City Chiefs jersey?
I think, yeah, that one, and then the one where you had the bag, the green, what was it, a cardigan?
Oh, the cord shirt, the corduroy shirt.
Yeah.
You see, that one is still in stores now.
See, I seen it.
That was the first, that photo that you're talking about, the green corduroy jacket.
Yeah.
I took that in October 2022, or like September 2022. I got it somewhere in here. That was the moment with Liz that I realized, like, I'm making headway, because I would take that photo I took by myself. And it was because, like, the hat I wore, obviously I bought it. It's just like anything. Like, instead of just buying the hat, like I said, how do I style the hat? And what I would do is I would take the photos, edit them, and I would send them to Christian all the time. Like, at that point,
how you know
Christian? To send it to Christian?
Yeah.
Well, because through watching like Lid's Hat Drop lives, like, he was always the one that started the lives, and then he would like add like Manolo and Mumfu and Big Jack sometimes. So it's like, I found their Instagrams, and in Christian's Instagram, it said that he was a social media coordinator. Mm-hmm. So I figured, like, oh, he must be the right person for me to send photos to, because he's the one that has to post the photos.
Yeah. So y'all pay attention to that type of detail, man.
Yeah, I pay attention to that, because it's like, well, I want to get his attention, because he most likely works in the department on the team that I want to be a part of. I kept tagging him, and I would always send him a link of photos, and I'd be like, hey bro, like, some new photos with the this and that collection. Feel free to use them if you want to. And I would say that all the time. Like, if he didn't use them, if he never saw my message, I didn't care. Because I said, I'm making that effort to, at some point, you're going to see these messages. And it's going to be a bunch of them. And I would tell Chris, yo, at some point, people can no longer ignore you.
Facts.
At some point, yo, if you knock on, it's just like when people walk around. Maybe not you because you live in an apartment, but when you live in like a family style home and the people who walk around the neighborhood trying to sell you something, yo, at some point if they keep knocking, you're gonna go answer the door because you want them to stop knocking. You want them to walk away. Unless they got something so good to offer you that you be like, all right, come step inside, we could talk a little more. So I told Chris, I said, yo, we keep knocking at the door. Lids is not going to ignore us at some point because there is a lot to be seen and a lot to be shown and a lot of work to do, and y'all need that work to be done. And that's what happened. You know, it was this photo. That photo. I took that photo myself. Oh, damn. Wow.
Just send it to me.
Well, I'll send it to him. Yeah.
I'll post it.
But it was that photo. I took it myself. That was a hat. I sent it to him and I posted it. And like 2 weeks later, he sent me a photo in one of the offices, big poster. And he said, bro, how dope would this be as a poster in the store? And I said, bro, that'd be fucking lit. Like, I said, why? He's like, yeah, like, it's not set in stone right now, but we're thinking about it. If anything happens, I'll let you know. And I said, bro, if y'all don't make that the official poster, just tell me how much it costs to ship it. I'll keep it. Because I've won, like, let's say, for example, this, right? When we take our photos, like obviously, like me, for example, I post them online to like a portfolio for people like, hey, like, do you have a website for me to check out, for me to book you? Like, yeah, you could check my online gallery. Or naturally, like we post everything on Instagram or on Twitter or Facebook, whatever. So very rarely do we get to see our work on anything more than just a digital screen. So to be able to see my photo that I took blown up to that proportion, I said, yo, if you don't keep it, if y'all don't use it, ship it to me, I'll keep it. Because I've never seen a photo of mine in that size, and that big. Like, it was enormous, bro. Like, imagine that TV just flipped vertical and that's how big the poster was. So I was like, yo, keep it. And it was the day my sister was getting married, October 15th, 2022. Went and got a haircut for the wedding. And I went and visited Soli Fuego. And I got a tag. From Lids. Or was it from Lids? No. Christian has sent me a picture. He was in the store with the poster, like in the window and on like the little tables that where they put product on. He never confirmed with me that they were gonna use it, and I was tripping because I was like, damn, like I was gonna say like, yo, I mean, I don't care if y'all want that to be the photo, by all means, like go ahead, like I'm gonna be happy. And then never said nothing. I was like, oh well, they probably just went with something else. Yeah. And then it became that, and that photo is still. Literally was in the store not too long ago. Let me see if I can find it. That's from October 15th, 2022 when that thing first went live. Then it was where is it? Damn. Keep talking, bro, cuz oh, look, here we go. Look, July 5th. July 5th of this year. So it's been almost 2 years since this photo has been used, and it's still in stores right now.
That's crazy. That's wild.
And that's a photo that I just took by myself with that tripod that your camera's on.
It's it's cool because to me it's cool because I actually got, like, I've had the chance to like work with you, talk with you, and send you like my work and stuff like that. So it's cool to be able to walk inside of Lids and be like, that's my friend right there. Like that's my homie. Like, he shot that picture. That's the picture, Liz decided to go with. So it's like, and everybody, I didn't expect it, but everybody like just got like, oh, Visualeyez Steph. And I'm like, yeah, that's the homie. Like I literally talked to him like face to face. Like, that's my homie. and it's really an honor. It's an honor, bro. It's a honor.
But that's like the stuff that keeps me going, cause, like my girl, she gave me a journal before I moved here, and she like said, like, you know, write in your journal like at least once a day. It's got prompts to tell you like what questions you got to answer or stuff like that. And I think one of the prompts was like talking about like your path in life, you know, and obviously like we don't get to our destination in a straight line. We're gonna, you know, sometimes make a U-turn, we gotta turn right, then turn back left, we gotta go up and down, side to side, like maybe make another U-turn, take 5 steps forward, take 8 back, so on and so forth. So it said like, what do you do, or how do you handle when your path isn't, you know, straightforward, or something like that along those lines maybe? Or like, is there anything that you can do for others in that moment? And I answered the question as like, well, I've been doing it for 4 years, because it took me 4 years to get this job opportunity, you know. And quite frankly, if you tell anybody they gotta wait 4 to 5 years until their dream becomes a reality, like, sure, you like, if you can know in a finite manner, yo, in 5 years you're gonna be a millionaire. How many people are really gonna be willing to wait for 5 years? Because you don't know what them 5 years is gonna look like until you become a millionaire.
Are those risks?
You know, do you know what that's gonna look like? Or do you know what those 5 years are gonna really look like? Are you willing to wait? And I said, wow, I've already done it. I've already been doing it. I've already been giving back. I've made sure that, like, in the process of me becoming who I want to become, getting what it is that I want to get, yeah, why not impact some lives? Or like how you say, like, you feel honored to know me. Like, that is what keeps me going. Like, you know, I always tell people my dreams are not just my own dreams. My ambitions aren't just my own ambitions. Like, yes, who is the one that gets to reap all the rewards in the end? I do, because it's my life, you know. But that's the truth. But I know that it's more than just that. Sure, I make really good money now, and I get to do really cool stuff, and I get to, you know, potentially travel to so many different cities for whatever events and whatever the case may be. But it's the people who see the story and have seen, like, for example, you, or like Chris and my boy Lewis, you know, people that I've known from high school or college that knew that this is what I first like started off doing with my life. And then all the people in the hat community be like, damn, like, I want to do what you do. Like, that's the stuff that keeps me going, because I know it's more than just about me. Like, I'm out here trying to inspire the next content creator, the next photographer, the next videographer to, yo, take a risk, quit that job, drop out of school. Well, maybe don't drop out of school. Like, if you need to go to school for which, if you have a career in mind that actually does require school, stay in school. But like, if you have something that you want to do and it's not related to what you're in school for, yo, drop out of school, because that's gonna waste time, and it's gonna waste a lot of money that you don't need to waste. Because I want the next person to be like, yeah, I want to do what Steph does. Yo, you can do what I do. Shit, where I currently am is not the end. Like, I know that there are literally positions above the one that I currently hold that I can strive for, whether it's with Lids or it's with another company. I don't know, but I said, I know eventually somebody's gonna have to replace me, because I don't want to stay in this position forever. So it's like, maybe it might just be one of the people that say that I inspired them 2-3 years ago, or in, you know, in all the time that I've been doing this. That's what I mean by it's more than just me. You know, like, you don't know who you're inspiring, who you're motivating, who you're like making be like, damn, Steph is just a regular dude, just like me. I could do the same thing. You can do the same thing. Who says that you can't do the same thing? Because, like, say for example, we look up to all these athletes, we look up to all these musicians. Like, bro, yes, I look up to Kobe, but was I ever gonna be 6'4"? No, I was never gonna be 6'4". Was I ever? I'm only 5'7". Oh. Yeah, I was never gonna be 6'4". Bro, look at Joel Embiid. Was I ever gonna be 7'3"? like 7'3", moving like a point guard, like a wing guard. No, I was never. And I would love basketball, bro. Every kid who would play the sport, they had dreams of playing in that sport professionally. But it's like, realistically, like, was I ever given those actual physical gifts and those natural talents? No, I was not. Yeah. So it's like, yes, we can look up to them, of course, but why not look up to people who are realistic people that we can emulate?
Facts.
Like we all, like me, I want to be like my dad. My dad just turned 62. He's gonna retire in 3 years, and my dad remarried. Like, that is something that I can emulate. The way that he has conducted himself, and the way that he raised me as his son, and the way my mom raised me as her son, those are things that I can emulate. That's realistic. Like, I'm never gonna open a school in Akron, Ohio for needy kids like LeBron did. Not to say that I maybe can't, but I clearly I'm not a billionaire to do it. But emulate people who you can realistically emulate. And I feel that anything that I have done, it's not unrealistic. In 4 years, I worked 9 different jobs. All jobs unrelated to photography. Worked as a delivery driver, worked as a caregiver, worked as a school teacher, I worked as a janitor, I worked in shipping and receiving for a coffee company. All jobs that anybody can do.
The lawn care.
Yeah. Lawn care, damn.
I remember that.
I forgot about that one. I wanted to forget about that when you just reminded me. That was bullshit.
Hey, I used to ask him, how you living, bro? Man, I'm at this job.
I'm at this job on this lawn fucking sweating, bro. It's bullshit.
Every day, I'm ready to get done.
All those jobs are realistic jobs that anybody can do. The job that I do, it's a realistic job that you can do. You just have to learn the craft. But if you're going to take the unconventional route to get there like I did, that's still something realistic that you can do, that you can emulate. I am just proof that you can do what I do. Yeah, and I'm reachable. I tell people all the time, like, yo, just because, people say I got a big following. I'm like, bro, I really don't. Like, some of the people that I follow, they got big followings, 100K. Yeah, but like, I'm talking like there's other people who literally have 40, 50, 60, 100, 200, like that probably receive numerous DMs and emails and all this engagement that your DM is going to get lost in all of that. Like, I'm literally reachable. No matter how big I get, trust me, I make sure that all my DMs are either left on read or responded. But I will get back to you if I want to, if I feel like you're somebody that merits to be responded to. Like, now, if you just asking me randomness that doesn't make sense, and I'm like, all right, like, I'm not gonna waste my time. But I always tell people that I'm reachable. Just because I do this and I work for these people I don't look at myself as God and like I'm better than you. Like, yo, I'm still just a regular human being that goes to work Monday to Friday. I just happen to do a really cool job, which is photograph, edit, video, and edit. And I get to do it for a product or like an industry that I really love, which is headwear. And like I said, like, it's really cool when you get to see your work showcased in a mall. In a store mall that's global. Like, yeah, I do really cool stuff, but that doesn't mean that I think I'm better than you. It's just my 9 to 5. Right. I just really think, I'm pretty humble in that. Like, yeah, what do you need help with? I got you. Literally had a friend yesterday, he's in San Francisco, hit me like, yo, I was literally at my desk working, asked me, hey, I'm gonna go pull the trigger at Best Buy. What's the next thing I gotta buy? And he sent me a long DM, and I was like, let me take some time to respond back, because he's clearly like genuinely asking for help, and he knows that I'm the person that he can ask. Like, I don't care. I responded back. What does it take? 5-8 minutes to have that conversation? And that my friend, he was like super gracious and appreciative. Like, yo, thank you, man. Like, I appreciate it. Hope I'm not bugging you. This, that, and the third. And I said, bro, you're never bugging me, because I said, when you don't know, like, you go to people that do know. And you have to be that person that's mindful of, you are the person that they know knows what the answer to their question. So it's always going back to like when I was just starting out, I had the same questions. I had the same questions at one point. And I remember there's a specific content creator out here bullshitting black people and their money right now, named Carlos Harris. That I remember I reached out to him at one point asking for advice, because at the time, like, I didn't know no better, and he was like social media god. Brushed me off. Like almost like I was interrupting and disturbing his life for just asking a question on like how to get started on social media and all that kind of stuff. And that to me was stuck. Like, somebody in your position should want to help people, especially when you create like an ebook for social media, and that's like, you should be the one that wants to answer questions. That's a part of your job. So when he brushed me off, I said, or I vowed to myself, I never want to be like that. So when people come to me and ask me questions, I remember like I was brushed off at one point for the same questions. Don't be like that. Like, hand the information down. The conversation can take 10 minutes. What's 10 minutes out of my day? What's 10 minutes out of my week, my month, my year, my life? Like, it's literally just 10 minutes. And you could literally change that person's opinion, their perspective, their life. You may even change the way what they gonna do for the rest of their life. Facts. Off of 10 minutes. Facts.
Y'all sure did change a lot of mine, because I done went from doing clothes to podcasts and now YouTube, and so y'all inspired me a lot, bro. Y'all inspired me a lot.
Appreciate it.
Man.
Anything we could do, man.
Hey, that goes from Chris to Rome to Steph to
Chris and Rome scrubs.
Bobby. Hey, I didn't say it. He said it.
They scrubs.
He said it.
I'm a stand on business.
Big business. But yeah, that go for, all the way to LA with Shy and Fabi and them. Like, I've been inspired by a lot of people, including Chicago people. They inspired me a lot too. So yeah, I understand. I never want to be like that either. So I didn't have my fair share of, being brushed off, man. So I appreciate it whenever you take the time.
I gotta get better responding to you on text though.
Man, it's all good. I be knowing you either working or you got something going on, but you did leave me on hold once when I was trying to get details on coming out here, so we ended up double booking.
What you mean?
So when you came back, I was like, let me make sure they still gonna be at the crib.
Oh,
and then I was like, bro, what's the word? And he ain't texting me back, so I hit him again.
Yo, I've been doing that. I've been doing this so much lately. Especially with my girl, I've been doing it a lot lately, where I type the text and like I click the button, and I think I clicked the button and it's sent, and I go back and she was like sending me another text with like a different conversation, not like, oh, why you ain't respond, but like I'm like, oh shit, I never sent what I was supposed to say 20 minutes ago.
See, that's why I don't be tripping, because I do the same stuff.
I'm usually not doing that. Like, it's not used.
I'm not accustomed to doing that. But a lot of times
it's happened to me like 3-4 times this week.
Brother, I'm telling you, I don't know if it's Apple or what, but that is crazy. Because one time she came home and she was like, why you ain't text me back? And I was like, bro, I did. She was like, no, you didn't. So I look at the phone, I'm like, oh, my fault. It's right here. So I'm like, oh shit, fuck. But yeah, that shit happened to me. So I know people fuck up. Other people might not know that, people fuck up. So I just, I don't be tripping about it, man. But I know you my dog, so you gonna get back to me whenever you can. So it's all good, man. So
plus I'm here now, so you don't even have to text me.
Of course. I travel 2 hours.
He gotta move here now.
He want me to move here. We thinking about moving here, man. We already was thinking about moving here, but we might. We don't know yet.
Well, you might as well. I'm here, then you don't even have to call. You be like, yo, Steph, I'm coming over. All right, doors open, bro.
And it'll help me with my photography. Remember, you wanted me to start working on that, man. So we might do that. Shoot, you never know. You never know where you'll see me and Steph, man. But anything else you want to say to the people?
Stay dripping, never slipping.
Give
Quote
him
that quick. I think Jim Jones said that.
That might have been Jimmy.
I think
that sound like some Jimmy.
Stay dripping, never slipping.
That sound like some Jimmy.
Yep. There you go.
What song he say that in?
I don't know if he said it in the song. I just think, you know what he does? He does that Weatherman Jim
That
on Instagram. That thing be cracking me up. He's like, stay dripping, never slipping. I think that's what he says it on.
And then he had a
He do the toe tap.
Ladies, keep your Uggs inside. It's looking ugly outside. Weatherman Jim out. Hey, keep your butters inside, man. Weatherman Jim out, man. That's funny.
That's all I gotta say. Stay dripping, never slipping. However you want to contextualize that, by all means, it does not have to relate to your fashion. Just stay dripping, never slipping.
Just like you don't get lost in the sauce.
See, when I ain't had no money, I still had sauce. See, if you don't got no sauce, then you're lost. But you can also get lost in the sauce.
There you
Do
go.
not get lost in the sauce. Let them know where to find you on social medias.
Visualeyez Steph. It's literally visual, EYEZ, Steph. You can find that IG, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok. It's all the same.
Oh, and yo, what's that new app?
Laps.
Are they trying to finesse them at?
Yeah. Yo, I don't even know what my ad is on that, to be honest with you.
It's probably Visualeyez Steph.
Maybe. Let's find out. Apparently now the scamming has gone to Laps. Oh yeah, no, it is Visualeyez Steph. I gotta update these photos. These ones old.
Me too. I don't know how to update mine.
Go add me on Laps so we can like each other's stuff on there. That'll be fun. Yep.
Steph a funny dude, man. Y'all go kick it with
Regular.
Steph, man. Tap in with Steph. He's a regular funny dude, man.
Just a regular guy, takes photos, puts hats and clothes on.
And he's a humble, funny, regular guy that take photos. Put
I'm a
hats and
big
clothes
back
on.
too. Big back.
He's a
Wide backer university.
Hey, if he gonna be an Indianapolis, I mean, he might as well. We all big backs around here, man. We all big backs.
See, look, my girl just said, she's like, oh my God, are you on a date? I'm like, no, nah, I'm not. recording. I told you, recording the video. See,
Hey,
let me text her back. Whoa, whoa. Relax.
Pause. My dog funny.
Yep, there we go, before I get in the doghouse.
Hey, with that being said, man, y'all stay fly, stay fitted, and stay blessed, man. We out. Peace.
Deuces.